we can keep looking and see if there might have been some time where your mother almost forgot that she didn't like talking to you and started talking to you. That was just something that occurred to me now. Was there ever a moment where she sort of forgot all the rules that kind of control her behavior and began to talk with you like another fellow human being?
It's really been a problem for me that she doesn't talk, because as I said, she would cut off communication after a fight, and there would be a reconciliation, but gradual, and always she would pretend like nothing happened. So if I get over my whatever I have right now, and call her.
So the what you know about dreamscaping is that you want to travel back in time and find a felt sense memory when you had the optimum positive charge, a liminal place, a place where you and your mother can meet in this prescriptive memory where you actually are conversing. You're finally able to talk, and you are actually laughing, and not just it's not just about her enjoyment, but yours as well. So that's what we're going to do. First is the search for the few building blocks that we can find. Well, you said that she doesn't like talking to me.
No.
Right. But when you take that out of the context of mother and this mother and daughter trauma, and bring it into your professional and personal life, don't you want inspiration for how to feel that people do want to talk to you, that you are someone that that people are actually yearning to talk to, because that's a really that is a very painful idea right there, that one's own flesh and blood doesn't really want to talk to their creation. The question is, should dreamscaping transcend what's going on between you and your mother, to your own feelings of inadequacy, or do you want to keep it? You keep it within you and your mother, and like you say, to get over the feeling of injustice. What is?
Actually, like, going back to what you said about me being a therapist and people wanting to talk to me, that's probably why I'm a therapist. And I know I make connections, and I'm a good listener, and people want to talk to me, and they tell me very intimate and maybe things that they've never told anybody else. And that's what's been missing in my life, and I make the best of my experience with her by talking to people and my children too. We never leave a problem unsolved or undiscussed. We come to some sort of solution. We apologize, if we believe we were at fault, or just apologize for misunderstanding. And I know it's not going to happen with her. So I just need some kind of help to pick up that phone and call her, because she's old, and she needs support.
What if you can invite her in this prescriptive memory to witness what kind of an adult she created, to somehow show her what you are capable of, what she's missing out on.
Absolutely. That sounds very good, because that's, part of it is not being validated, neither as a child nor as adult. Like,
Yeah.
I'm never good enough for her. Like, never. But I know every time we talk, she brings him up. She reaches out to him. He does not respond. She reaches out again. She learned how to text at 76 just so she could reach him. Why don't I get that kind of leeway? What's wrong?
You're
I don't know.
apparently too healthy.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, you're not. She needs to be needed, huh?
I guess so. I guess so.
So all right. If she needs to be needed, that means that she wants to be considered a rescuer, a problem solver, right?
Yes. Yes.
All right. So then, if you can picture her as someone who you could give a problem to, without you being the problem necessarily, then that would
Oh. You know, the ideal past that I would like to imagine is when she's nurturing, she's giving me something that's not physical, it's not groceries, it's not strawberries, it's not, kombucha. It's appreciation and validation and love, just like for who I am.
Mhm.
So I would like to have that image in my mind.
Yes. Okay. So let's try to figure out so the last time you saw her with that generous spirit was the picnic, right?
Yeah.
But the generous spirit of we want to always find a photograph or a memory. So sometimes it's easier with a photograph, and I'll explain why. You might be able to find a photograph of your mother where her expression perfectly embodies appreciation, validation, and love, even if she's actually looking at something else. Because I've done this many times, and this sleight of hand, finding that picture of mother, and then sliding daughter in right next to her as if she's talking to her colleagues or her friends or family members. Look at my daughter. Look what she's done. It's something so simple. So it is a little bit of trickery in the sense that because sometimes a memory isn't capturing that, at least in your mind, the appreciation, validation, and love. But there might have been that expression in some other photograph of what she's doing, where we could put the two of you together, and that helps enormously. That allows us to imagine a parallel reality. In another reality, your mother behaved like that towards you.
A real photograph actually came to mind of her being young and at work. She worked as a draftsperson for an architectural firm, and they had those enormous drafting tables, like at an angle.
Sure.
Enormous wooden boards.
Right.
And I would be allowed at her work sometimes, and they would put together two chairs like this so I could lie down and take a nap. And that, there are just not that many pictures of her, but she's standing there talking to a colleague, and she's kept in touch with those colleagues for all this time. Two of her best friends immigrated to the United States. They live in different parts of the United States, but they're like close to 90 now, and she's still in touch with them. So her friends were important in my life as well. And it was such a warm place. Her office always had cake. They just would bring cake for each other almost every day. So when I visited, I would be given sweets and a place to sleep, and just it was very nice and cozy. And yeah, I see her as a different person then.
Yes, exactly. That
Yeah.
helped.
I see her as a friend, as a nice colleague, as a chatty kind of young woman. I observe her as someone who is not my mother, who is just a nice woman with her friends at work where she likes to be. And I like that place too.
That's good.
Yeah, I think she loved working there, and I liked visiting there.
Because there was pride. There was actual pride in her work. She was validated and appreciated and loved in that place. Huh?
Probably. Yeah.
So,
She was very good at what she did, and she was very proud of herself. Like,
okay, good.
Yeah. Her friends were very important to me.
Yeah, so it comes full circle in some way.
Yeah. And I think her friends were more warm and motherly to me than she was. But, for some reason, they were her friends.
Yes.
So there is a value to her there somewhere.
Yes.
So I would like to see that picture.
I
would not feel uncomfortable or pretending. Yeah, I would like to be that.
What occurred to me just now is that this is a family picture. This is your real family in some ways.
Yes. Yeah, probably.
That's very powerful for you, because now through the friends, it's like, if you can picture the love flowing, the love is flowing from the friends, from the colleagues / friends, into your mother, into you, and back again.
Yes. Yeah. And as I said, 2 of them are nearing 90, or maybe 90 years old already.
Yeah.
So she will probably lose them soon.
Oh.
Yeah, and I think image like that would help me just to have more compassion for her. I